So hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. Now today, just like I said, I was going to follow up, I believe it was my last video, might have been 2 videos back now, I'm not too sure. I'd done my favourite movie, individual films, not box sets, Blu-ray packaging. So for that, I just picked out, as an example, because it's right here, I just picked out The Force Awakens because I love the packaging to this 3D Blu-ray. And now I'm going to do the same, but for TV series. So these are purely based on the quality of the packaging. Although I will say all of the TV shows I'm about to show, I would consider really good and better. But it's all purely based on packaging. Also, it's not box sets. So I couldn't do, for example, like a box like I've got the Breaking Bad box set, for example. I can do that because there's 6 seasons in now. I'm just doing individual seasons. Also, I've limited it to 1 box set per series because, for example, Game of Thrones, we all know Game of Thrones does great box sets for their individual seasons. But I didn't want to fill this list up with complete Game of Thrones boxes, so I've limited myself to just 1 Game of Thrones box set and whatnot, because there's a couple other shows here which are just known for doing great box sets. And I didn't want to pick just consistently from the same shows. And again, I'm just doing 5. I thought I'd keep it simple. Just do top 5. And they're in no particular order. But we'll get started with the obvious one, which is Game of Thrones. What season of Game of Thrones did I pick? It is my favourite season of Game of Thrones, this. But it's probably my favourite box set. And that is Season 1. So why did I pick this? Well, really because it's potentially my favourite cover of one of these Game of Thrones box sets. I just think it's so well done, the detail, in terms of you've got this fantastic photo here. I used to have this poster on my wall of Ned Stark on the Iron Throne there. And it's really glossy, it's beautiful. I love how the Blu-ray logo and the title, and also the complete first season written at the bottom, has a silver tint to it. Also, the gloss this bit is embossed, as is the pattern going around the outside. And the title, the lettering isn't down the bottom. But the amount of detail that's gone into this box, the cover is incredible. And it continues onto the spine with the raised lettering, the gloss effect on it, and the raised patterning. It's just a very, very beautiful box. And then, of course, it comes out of a slip. And you've got this picture blown up, which is really nice. You've got the Iron Throne on the back there. It slides out again. And this is a really thick box, this one. And then we just have characters all the way around. So we've got Ned Stark, Tyrion. You open it up and you've got Cersei, Robert Baratheon, Jon Snow, and Daenerys. And then behind here, this is the only flaw with the Season 1 box, is that the background artwork isn't as good as some of the other seasons. But it's still nice background artwork. You've got all the house flags. And these are probably the most interesting discs that you get with a Game of Thrones season, because the discs are always quite plain. You've actually got the house flags on there, which is nice. And then because Game of Thrones, when you start it, you know, the more you watch it, because must have sat through the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones at least 5 times, because I absolutely adore the show. And I still like the later seasons, but I love the first 4 seasons. Because I've sat through them about 5 times now, I'm kind of very familiar with this story. But at the start, it is a very daunting story to get into. So they've done this really cool thing here where you get a little leaflet, goes over the episodes and whatnot, but it also gives you some little family trees. So in case you get lost, because I know some people do on first watch, completely understandable. I did. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. And also you get a map of Westeros there, which is really nice. So yeah, I love that. I love the family tree thing. I like that they've actually taken to the fact that the audience can quite easily get left behind a bit. There's also a couple other inserts in here, just some little advertisements and whatnot, the books. So, but yeah, this is a beautiful box set. I absolutely love it. I think I'd say this is my favourite of the Game of Thrones boxes. Although, it's like I say, Game of Thrones, all of their box sets are really lovely. The only one that I wasn't perfectly happy with was probably Season 6. I found that one a bit cheap. Other than that, all of their boxes, 1 through 5 and 7, I think they've done a great job on. And I think they've just absolutely nailed it. So yeah, looking forward to completing the collection next year with Season 8. Hopefully they do a nice job on that Blu-ray box. Okay, next box set up I want to talk about is this kind of Game of Thrones. Whoop. nearly dropped it. This is kind of Game of Thrones' sister show. It's on HBO. It is lined up to be the next Game of Thrones in terms of reviews and whatnot. Doesn't quite pull in the same amount of views as Game of Thrones. Understandably, it's taken its time to find its feet. But I think that the quality in this show is just as good as Game of Thrones. And the Blu-ray packaging is just as good as well, nearly as good. And that is Westworld. So this is the complete first season. The second season up to pre-order. I've seen the second season already now. I watched it when it aired. Fantastic. But yeah, so here it is. Absolutely adore this cover. It's again, it's all embossed and gloss, just where you'd expect on the actual character there. Really nice. This is just a J card that goes around the outside. As you can see there, it kind of goes over the top and bottom. So I'm not 100% sure what's behind it because I haven't taken it off. But there's the back. So we got to look at some of the characters there. We can see Thandie Newton down the bottom. We got Anthony Hopkins, that's his name. And then the Blu-ray simply slides out here, and as you can see, we get a book as well, which is nice. Pop that up there. So then, first up, we'll have a look at the Blu-ray itself. So it's pretty, not quite as thick card as the Game of Thrones one, but very nice in terms of pictures and whatnot. And again, really nice artwork behind each disc. So I believe behind the first one you've got, so we got Thandie Newton's character there. Forget her name. Got Dolores behind that one. I don't remember her name. She got a lot better in season 2. Then behind this one, we got Dolores' love interest. So it's very nice. Very nice packaging there. Very nice. Pop that there. So then you get this little leaflet as well. It's with the cast. And I believe, yeah, the episodes inside. So that's very cool. And then, as I say, you get a little book. Very fancy looking book. And it's absolutely beautiful. And Westworld is, I think, the highest quality TV show I think I've ever seen. You also get a download code as well. Alongside Game of Thrones. I have seen the original film. I was never a big fan of the original film. And I think this is it's a completely fresh take on it. You know, I'm pleased they've done a fresh take on it because I think it's more unique, this story. And, well, I think, in my opinion, of course, because I know some people are going to prefer the original, and that's fine, but I think this is vastly superior, and it's just fantastic. Great show. It's a fantastic show. Second season is just as good as well. It's nice to see that it's continuing on its streak of awesomeness. But yeah, so that is Westworld. Next one up is, talking of old stuff, this show is from the 1970s now. We're going to go back to the 1970s, talk about this one. I have done a video on this box set here on my channel. You guys can see me unbox it, and you can see how surprised I am. This was a limited edition box to Amazon. And it was actually limited because it has now shot up in price to about £100. So good luck getting it now if you want it. But that is the complete 12th season, the classic season of Doctor Who. So this is the 4th Doctor. This is Tom Baker. This is his debut season. I'm not the biggest fan of the original Doctor Who. I've of course grown up all my life knowing the new Doctor Who with Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, and so on. Because I've become a big fan of Doctor Who through that, I do like to go back in time and revisit these old ones every now and then. I thought this was a great opportunity to go back and revisit the classic era, and it's a very, very beautiful box. So there's no embossment, but you can tell it's really thick card. I love the cover. The artwork's fantastic. Got the spine. I'm not a huge fan of the spine. It kind of looks like something I could make on Photoshop. And then the back, which is a J card. So again, we can get rid of this. You can see that the box just simply slides in and out, which I really like because now we've got no text on the front. You've just got the poster, which is beautiful. And on the back, you've got the TARDIS. So it opens up like so. And here we've got a nice little casing with each episode on. And then behind the last disc, got a picture of Tom. So then, flip these back over, because as you can probably tell, there's something going on over here. So this here just simply opens up a bit of Velcro. And you got a little book in there as well, and you can see the original TARDIS behind there. So let's have a look. We got a little book in here, very nice cover. There's the back. And basically this book just takes you through every episode, year by year. So it starts off, of course, with Robot. Got a couple pages to each episode here. The Ark in Space. And so on and so on. I'll just skip ahead a little bit because I've done a complete video on this box set. So if you do want to see this video in detail, just have a little scroll back on my channel. It's not far back at all. So yeah. Beautiful, beautiful box set. I really am hoping they're going to do some more of these classic Who boxes. I'm sure they will. But yeah, very nice. There's a couple kinks with that one, I'm not going to lie. It's not perfect. As I say, I'm not a fan of the spine. It's a bit big as well. Sticks out a bit on the shelf. But hopefully you don't get those kinks worked out for the next box. So the next one up that I want to talk about, this is number 4. Agents S.H.I.E.L.D. I am a big Agents S.H.I.E.L.D. fan. One of the discs is not in this box at the minute because it's currently in my player because I am currently watching this. So excuse me when we take a look inside in a minute, but there's a disc missing. But yeah, I'm a big Agents S.H.I.E.L.D. fan. I always stick up for it. A lot of people went in to watch the first season when it came out back in 2013, I believe it was. And everyone wasn't impressed. I wasn't impressed. The first season wasn't great. However, about the last 3 episodes of season 1 was awesome because that's when Captain America the Winter Soldier came out in cinema and Hydra took over S.H.I.E.L.D. So all of a sudden, the show drastically changed because of this film, because it's all in the shared universe. And the show just transformed into this amazing show. It's really, honestly good. Anyone who's put this show down after season 1, I really do suggest you pick it back up. It's a lot better than you think it will be. It's a really solid show after the first season. But the Blu-ray box sets that they do for all these seasons, you can see the rest of mine just up there, are awesome. The packaging's fantastic. They're all limited to Amazon. You have to get them on Amazon. You have to get them when they come out as well because they do shoot up in price. But anyway, they've got a beautiful cover. I've picked number 4 because this is my favourite cover. Because really, inside they're all the same layout, other than 2. 2's a little bit different. But yeah, I like this cover the most out of the ones we got so far. Because number 5 is coming. Number 5 is up for pre-order. But yeah, I love this cover. It's fantastic. So you can see that the shield is embossed and it's gloss, whereas the rest is matte. So it fingerprints up really easy. I'll say that. And then there's the spine. Again, I'm not going to go over this one in too much detail. Because I have done a video on this. Actually, I got this the same day as the Doctor Who one, funny enough. They both had the same release dates. And you open it up like this, and you've got the Hydra logo. And then on the other side, we've got our main team. This opens up again. Of course, we've got Ghost Rider this season with Ghost Rider. It's nice to have a good Ghost Rider finally. You know, not Nicolas Cage. And then there are all the discs with fantastic artwork in the background as well. You can see my disc that's missing there. So I'm quite far along. I haven't got much left to see of this season. But it's great. It's a great show. Great little Blu-ray boxes they do for them. Definitely worth picking up. Again, you might struggle a bit with them. The Doctor Who one and the Agents S.H.I.E.L.D. one, they are a bit of a struggle, them two, I'm not going to lie. The Game of Thrones, Westworld, and the one I'm about to show you, they're all very gettable still. And the one I'm about to show you is... I couldn't decide between putting this Blu-ray in the list or my Band of Brothers tin box. And I went with this over the Band of Brothers one because the tin box really looks more like a steelbook and I'm not really a steelbook fan. So I went with this one over it. And that is the special edition to Planet Earth, the complete TV series. This is the BBC TV series Planet Earth that David Attenborough done. This one was a while ago now. This is 2010, I believe. I love the David Attenborough Blu-rays. I love his series. I always watch them when they're on, and then I buy them because I always end up watching these. And when on nights when I know I need to have an early sleep for work, I'll put an episode at random from any of his shows on in the background. I'll end up watching most of it, and they're just fantastic. Not only are they visually the best things you can probably find out there at the minute, if you want to test a Blu-ray player or a 4K player, pick up one of these. They'll do it fantastically. But the quality of these shows is incredible. They're always amazing. I've not seen a bad episode of any of them, from Planet Earth to Frozen Planet to Life Story, Africa, The Hunt, Blue Planet. So much good stuff. But anyway, let's take a look at this, because as I say, this is about the packaging. So I love the cover. It's got this amazing shiny tint to it, which is just awesome. Carries on to the back. It's beautiful. As you can see there, you've got 2 folders here that come out. So you've got episode 1 through 9 on the first one, episodes 10 through 11, well, 10 and 11, and some bonus content, because this is the special edition. There is a regular version of it out there, but you know, you go for the special one, don't you? So here's the cover to the first one, which is absolutely beautiful, and one of my favourite photos they use on this box set. Absolutely breathtaking scenery here. Which carries on to the back, and then opens up again like so. And as you can see, it all kind of connects if I turn it round, and it just looks amazing. But as I say, we'll go back to the other side. I turn all the discs around so you can get a glimpse of the full pictures here. Pictures of some of the locations that you go to. And then you get a download code in here. Is it a download code? No, I was lying. It's a little box set. Little gift pack. Little advertisement. But here we go. Got the Planet Earth book. It's very nice, which just takes you through some details of each location they go to. So you've got the sea, the ocean, pole to pole. I think these are the name of the episodes. I think. I'm skipping ahead a bit here, so we don't get caught up in them all. But yeah, so it's, you know, really nice inside. And then we got another one, which we'll take a quick peek at as well. So here's the second one. And yeah, so no book in this one. This first book kind of covers it all. It's absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Incredible. Incredible stuff. Cuttlefish there looks creepy as hell. I think that's a cuttlefish anyway. Might be a bit dark for a cuttlefish's environment. Maybe it's a some sort of squid it looked like. But anyway, yeah, I love these shows. They're absolutely fantastic. It's a great little box. If you're gonna get if you're gonna get Planet Earth, I know there's a box set out there now because they've got a second season of Planet Earth. I'd say buy them individually so you can get that, and then just buy Blue Planet 2 separately. That's what I'd do. But anyway, there's my favourite Blu-ray box sets for TV shows. Yeah, this series is not over yet because I probably will do combined movie packs. Or maybe just box sets in general. So there will be another a video in this series. I've really been enjoying doing these. But nevertheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. That's the important thing. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye bye.